Hi, this is Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent consultant, and this is our Nikken showcase about a better way to a life in balance. It's not a corporate presentation. It's presented by independent consultants in 30 minutes, and we do this just about every Thursday, and we have some Thursday evenings and Saturday mornings and Wednesdays, and we have many calls that you can plug into and just learn about what Nikken has to offer. It's truly an amazing opportunity. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint quickly, and then we're going to share some of our individual stories. So there we go. So we believe Nikken is a better way to a life in balance. It's really a whole new opportunity for self-care and active wellness. And it's all about our daily habits that build up and compound into whether we truly have the ability to reach our potential, or like this little graph shows, we go down and aren't reaching our potential and are suffering with health problems and stress problems and just not achieving our goals. So Nikken is a combination of active wellness based on the fantastic products and collaborative entrepreneurship, because everybody who meets up with Nikken can become a consultant as well and earn income by helping others. I love this philosophy of Nikken. Nikken started over 43 years ago in Japan, the healthiest country in the world, and it was all about prevention and self-care. And the founder, Mr. Masuda, developed this philosophy of the 5 pillars of health that leads to true balanced health. And it's the progressive realization of a worthy ideal to get all of these in balance and abundance: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And when I started my career, I was a young lawyer, and I saw in the big firm I was in that there was plenty of money flowing to the upper levels, but we had to work our butts off to get into that partnership, and it wasn't a lifestyle I wanted to deal with, because I wanted to focus on family and health and be there with my husband and my children. And of course, the adversarial situation with lawyers isn't always the healthiest area either. So I was looking to have a healthier mind atmosphere and contribute to society. But I thought I was giving up the big finances. Well, along comes Nikken that shows you really can have balance in all the areas. So modern life's creating a huge amount of stress, and that's building up, affects everything in our lives. Financial worries, health concerns, lack of time, unhealthy lifestyle, too many demands on us from our home, our family, our work, and our parents, our children, whatever. And what I found when I moved to family counseling, I wrote some books on parenting and started counseling families, was a key source of stress was the finances. At the end of the month, it just wasn't always enough money, and people's lives were limited by their finances and even their health concerns. It was losing time at work and getting to the doctor and paying for prescriptions and so on. And there are 4 ways we earn money, and this is the cash flow quadrant diagram developed by Robert Kiyosaki. The 2 people on the left are just using their time to earn money, and there's only so much time in the week, so there's no room to leverage. You can just put in as many hours as you can, and you get paid what the employee thinks you're worth. Or if you're self-employed, to have more control, you still may be the last person who gets paid, or not at all. The way to get financial freedom and get rid of financial stress is to move to the right side, where we can have either a business ownership where you get to leverage the efforts and time of others, or you get to be an investor like Warren Buffett's pictured here. But both of them traditionally have cost a whole lot of money to get started. $1 million to start a McDonald's franchise, and of course, to be an investor and sit back and let your money be leveraged, you need $1 million sitting somewhere at 5% to even get 50,000 a year. So what do people do? Well, let me get rid of this side screen if I can. There we go. There's a new trend emerging, and that's the gig economy. It's been written up in business and business papers and magazines, and the millennials are embracing it. It's independent workers having on-demand availability for temporary or part-time assignments. You can work from home, choose your own work hours, and it really makes a difference. And this shows that Uber has grown by a factor of 1,000 between 2012 and 2017, and people are leveraging their time after hours or part-time to increase their income. And this other diagram shows that Amazon has gone up by a factor of 5 in those same 5 years, and people are doing business online from their homes, not just buying, but creating businesses, selling, and so on. And Nikken is a perfect fit. They started this long ago, but it really is the perfect gig because it's a very low cost of entry, easy to integrate into your life, great leadership training. You're not alone, even though you're in business for yourself, and turnkey system that's been developed over the last 40 years. And what do we do as Nikken entrepreneurs? Well, we get to leverage the time and efforts of others and help them build their businesses. It's really the ultimate gig economy because there's no limit to the number of people you can help and leverage. So this is the diagram of how we do the business. We join Nikken and share the products with people, invite them to partner with us or become customers. And Nikken does all the heavy lifting. I can hear voices, if you can stop that. And Nikken rewards us handsomely. And it's all based on Nikken's amazing active wellness products and the concept of having a wellness home, a certified Nikken wellness home, where the natural energies and nutrition are all taken care of. So how does the products work as a cash flow engine? Well, your initial startup, you get the products that you want right away and get on the monthly support for our consumable nutritionals and personal care products. And then start building your total wellness home with a water system and sleep system and energy system. And then get your family and colleagues and friends on it. And Nikken has the new products coming out all the time. So it's constantly bringing in cash in your business. It's a purpose-driven business model because we are helping people, planet, and earning our profit from helping people and the planet. And this little picture is with you or me, the consultant at the center with our wellness home. And we get at least 5 customers who are building a wellness home through that cash flow engine that keeps the profits flowing, and then 3 leaders who have chosen to duplicate us and build their own business. And then we teach 3 to reach 3 with what we call the ABC system, where we go to a mentor A and they help us introduce Nikken to our potential customer or consumer. So everybody wins, and it's an amazing support system. Everybody in Nikken wants to see everybody else win. It's because of the way it's structured at the corporate level for our commissions. And it's not like the law firm where the top partner is afraid that the other partners are going to get too much, or the associates are moving up too fast and bringing in big clients, and all of a sudden you're going to cut your profits. It's totally supportive. And this diagram shows how one apple seed, that's me or you in the business, can be responsible for millions and millions of apples if they're nurtured and taken care of. And this is a wonderful diagram. You really need to take a sharp look at it to show how the business builds by getting people to share in the business with you and get their own customers, then you get paid a little bit on all of that happens, and your profits grow from silver all the way up to royal diamond. And we have lots of royal diamonds that are living lives of freedom, even at the diamond or platinum level. That can happen. And you enjoy a wide range of benefits. We can go into those in detail with the person that's showing you Nikken. And now we're going to talk about the Active Wellness Home. And I'm going to introduce my co-host, Hattiejane Daracote. And where is she?
Am I there, Randy?
There she is. All right. So I'm going to turn myself
Good morning, you. Thank you very, very much, Randy. And as the slide, as we were saying, the wellness home is your greenhouse. Someone said, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? Spiritual life may be great, but it doesn't, the corporal body kind of is really fine to have it go along. And sorry, Randy, I don't see the slide next that we're up. Anyway, so folks in my territory, we're talking about the fact that the wellness home gives both a cash flow and a wellness flow. Because when you go home, that's where you live and it becomes your sanctuary. With the technology that was known about for centuries, but then with the space age and the way of things are manufactured, Mr. Masuda found that if he added a magnetic element to his insoles when he got home after long work, he felt better and he felt more comfortable and he had more energy for his family. And as you know, that is really a basic balance in life. You can work yourself to death, but if your family and your relationships are crap, who's there at the bedside? So forgive me for my language, people. I sometimes misspeak into kind of not total professionalism because I am a human being and so are you. And you know your family and you know your health. And by using our products, you will find a new doorway into understanding your health and possibly adjusting some things that you were told you just had to live with and are so much more comfortable. And that's why it's a holistic. We're not throwing out the anything because our medical system has got some fantastic things to do with it. But at the same time, we as human beings tend to take an easy way out frequently. And that's, oh, pop me a pill and I'll just get better. I'll just do this, I'll do that. You do that and I'll just do that. I won't have to change anything. Well, Nikken is very wise about that. It puts its products in things that you use every day. What you sleep on, what you drink out of, what you eat, what odds and ends you put on your body for your spot comfort, like our Flex, which is a little square pad, wouldn't even look like a paperweight. Works fantastic for the lower back, and I found it for my respiratory issues. Now, coming up are some wonderful packs that we have that have been created just this year, just this time. You see the water container there that it stands on on a shelf that you can fill your pots to cook with, or your water bottles to take with you, or take our water bottle, which you can fill from a tap. But if you're going out areas in which there are not going to be taps, you can fill up containers from your larger reservoir there and take them with you. So you don't have to be inundated by any of the chlorine or some of the odds and ends that we're finding in water today all across the world. And there's also, you see down to the side of the taller water container, the shower head. And we don't think about the fact we're constantly giving ourselves chlorine gas when we shower hot showers, which Americans tend to love a great deal. So being a North American, I kind of say, hey, check us out. We got more to offer. Then the next pack has got their individual packs, which we as Nikkenites, which we all are here right now, have found absolutely incredible. smaller product that I can put in the budget for right now. And so there's a seat, there's the insoles, where the famous starting point, the flex that I talked about, which is the white thing with the dots. There's several ways of applying a magnetic field, which goes in deeper to the body than the surface level, and marvelous new ceramic fibers. And then the most incredible thing is our new grounding pad, which ties it all together. And our bodies incorporate things, and our exposure to Wi-Fi is not as disruptive as some of us have found. And there's hope that this is be a really good insight to our health. In our next slide, we show our basic sleep system, which is the bed is a mattress pad you put on top of whatever mattress or bed you have, and the comforter that goes above it, and the pillow. All of those things have the technology of the earth and of the sun, in which we say, because of the way that the fibers are woven and how they can capture the rays, the rays we're not even aware that are there, and our bodies respond in a comforting, relaxing temperature balance. And the magnetic field augments our magnetic field that we individually have, and things just work better, sometimes amazingly so. Then Nikken went into and got nutritionals. Those 3 packs are their basic home packs. And then the nutritionals are where you really work on addressing that bit of health which you've been feeding all your life, your body. And perhaps you notice some things are not as healthy, or you're wondering about. Well, our nutritionals are pharmaceutical grade in that everything it says that serving gets you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, is exactly what you get. And they are manufactured in the top angles of the top manufacturing ways, and so you get what you're paying for. And that is so important when you put in to your body the fuel that your body works on. It's protein take, it's carbohydrates, it's fats. That's what we heard basically of, but there's so many more nutrients that our bodies need. A little touch of this, a little touch of that, a little touch of, and if you just go for the touches, you don't get the full balance. Well, Nikken has worked to bring the balance into everything it makes. And you may have to take a couple of different things in order to get your full range, but they are quality, high potency, with being gentle ingredients that you can trust. If you can check with all of us, we'll tell you true. Now, so check us out as a customer. The person who invited you can give you we'll share with you their number that you can check in with Nikken and buy a product right from them. You don't even have to go to a presentation. This is all you need. And buy what you want to check out. And if it works for you, well, come along and join us and become a partner with us. And we'll be delighted to help you reach out to people, or just simply keep you informed as to what the products are doing for us and have done for others, and you might want to explore. And then if you find it is as fascinating as we do, come join us in the business, because we're out to make Nikken a major, major name in the world. Come join us and let us help the world. So let's begin and hear your story. Thank you, Randy. You're muted.
Thanks, Hattiejane. Thanks very much, and well done. So we have an amazing line of products, and many of us on the call tonight have experienced these products. I had a bad back accident many years ago when I was rebuilding an old farmhouse, and some Native Americans who I knew well actually were able to make the difference for my back. And so I knew there was a lot to traditional healing, just relying on nature and helping each other. And the house that it was an old farmhouse, we rebuilt it and we minimized the wiring, because I had been studying nutrition, actually while I was in law school and I continued, became certified in nutrition, and I'd also learned about the effects of electromagnetic pollution on our body systems. So when we redid the house, we minimized the wiring, and people who came to visit just said, oh, I don't get tired in this house. What's going on? We also left the basement dirt. So we had no concrete between us and the energy of the earth. And then likewise with the Indians, they explained that it made a difference that traditionally if someone was very sick, they would bury them in the earth and let Mother Earth heal them. It sounds kind of, freaky, but the earth is constantly giving us good energy. And those same Indians were in a lawsuit fighting an ultra high voltage transmission line that New York Power Company was trying to put through their land. And so as young lawyers, my husband and I heard about the testimonies that the effects on dairy cows and even schools, the kids and teachers that were closest to the lines in Canada got more cancer. And so I was one of the early ones to realize the dangers of electromagnetic pollution. So then 20 years later, I discovered Nikken, where they had found products that use permanent magnets to help restore the energy of the earth in the natural way to help prevent the disruptions from the electromagnetic pollution. So when I heard about Nikken, I knew in 5 minutes it was what I was looking for to devote my life to after my kids were grown, and I didn't need to sell every hour, 1 hour at a time for counseling. I could reach a whole organization of people that would try to support their natural health with these natural products. They can't hurt you, they can only help you. It's really wonderful. So I'm going to invite others to share their stories. If Hattiejane wants to start, where do I go for my screen here? It's not giving me a gallery. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. So if Hattiejane, if you want to, is she still there? Oh, there she is. Yes. If you want to share your story, I keep looking for your name, and it's Living Better Solutions, which is wonderful too.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, folks, it's because we are independent and we are individual business owners. So therefore, I gave myself the name of Living Better Solution because it really is better. My world started, for umpteen years, I loved and worked and enjoyed so much my nursing career in the hospitals, acute care hospitals, at the bedside. My particular nature and thing, I am not an administrator. Upper echelons of management was not my forte. But working with individual patients, one-on-one or a group, was fantastic, and I loved it. But at that stage, I was over 50, and my health was changing. And Nikken wasn't around when I had it was around when I needed problems. And so someone introduced me to it. It made sense. I saw the business potential. I signed up, and I started using as I could afford. And things started changing. It really did work. It was wonderful.
You're on the new Kinko ground right now.
Yes, I am.
Tell us about
and we
that.
think of ground, and we think of putting our feet, our legs, since we want to come from the bottom up through our reflex areas and our soles of our feet. But I managed to rack up my right leg this past week. So I'm using under my head. And as those who are aware of meridian lines within the body, the ear has all the same meridians as the feet do. So since lying on my side is very comfortable, I'm just putting the pad underneath my head. And it's wonderful. Things are integrating so much, and I will be back up on my 2 legs next week for sure. So
great. I didn't realize you'd been injured. Well, you're doing all right.
Well, it's one of those things. You don't know what's going to happen next. I didn't plan on falling and hitting smack dab on my knee and ramming my femur up into my pelvis, but it did. And that's sore. It's only soft tissue. I didn't fracture anything. My lungs are okay. And at 76, that's good. But boy, soft tissue hurts. And so, I'm so glad I've got Nikken. And I think that's enough for today. There's some other folks. I'd love to hear some more stories. When we say stories, it's not stories of fiction. These are autobiographical. These are things that we live with and we do. And you can ask any of us about any of them, and we're more than delighted to share, because it is so surprising what our bodies do with us and how we can help the body do better. Gets to be lots of fun.
Well, thank you, Hattiejane. Let's see, Jean or Dee or anybody would like to share their story, their experience?
I can go next. So I'm Dee in Chicago area, and I'm a retired nurse. And I was introduced to Nikken about 10 years ago by a friend who said she wanted to tell me about this because I was always tired. And I was working a lot of hours per week on my job at the time, which I loved, but I didn't sleep well for 15 or 20 years. And I had daily discomfort from an old car accident, and spasms and numbness down in my knee and all of those associated things, which of course drains us if anybody, has ongoing discomfort. So I wanted to feel better. And it was urgent for me to feel better. And I had decided to get as much as I could, which was quite a bit at the time, and quite a bit of product at the time, so that I could sort of accelerate my feeling better, which it did. I started sleeping well. The products relieved any discomforts that I was having. It was wonderful. I had no plans to do it as a business, but I also knew I didn't want to continue working 50 or more hours a week forever. And there was a business opportunity with tax benefits, in addition to helping people with simple and effective and economical natural means. And that just made so much sense to me, and based on the balance and the 5 pillars of health. So I really feel like I have more energy now than I did 10 years ago. I don't have discomfort. I use the products day and night. And if there's something that crops up that's a little bit more bothersome, I'll just apply another of the technologies to it, and it's relieved. And I just am so grateful that this has come into my life, and there's a chance to let other people know about it as well. So thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Dee, very much. Enough, we attract so many nurses and doctors and health professionals because they've seen that what we can do medically is we do great with acute situations, but with chronic conditions, it's really about supporting the body to heal itself and get back in balance. Would someone else like to share? Let's see, Laurie or Jean, Elaine. Laurie, hi.
Hi, my name is Laurie Jones, and I'm a Nikken consultant. My sister shared the products with me about 6.5 years ago, and I was limping at the time. I was very overweight, very unhealthy, did not choose the right things to eat, was not exercising, and was not taking care of myself. And within a 30-minute period, it happened very fast for me. The issue I was having for over 10 years, the chronic issue went away in 30 minutes after I used the first product that Nikken had, actually. It was the insoles. And my sister said, oh, okay, give them back to me now. And so I knew there was something to that. And so I started using that one product. That's how I started my wellness home. And I began having energy. I decided to join a gym. And then a couple summers ago, I started using KVB, which was a game changer. And now I am 105 pounds less. I have dropped 18 sizes. And when I look in the mirror, I usually see my sister or my mother before I recognize who I am. And it was an inside job, and Nikken and the people and what has happened on the inside becoming part of this business is just as important as the products. And the passion to share with others so we can have one wellness home at a time, that every home needs to be a wellness home. And it's been an amazing journey, and I have my life back.
Thanks, Laurie. It's just so amazing when you say you lost over 100 pounds and the insoles helped you in half an hour. And it often happens that way. People have issues they've had a long, long time, and just that magnetic field, it may be the missing link. And Nikken's newest product is the Kinkomat that Hattiejane was demonstrating. And that is a whole nother energy coming from the earth that allows us to minimize the charges that we tend to get by being surrounded by electric and Wi-Fi all the time. And just the KVB, that's the Kenzen Vital Balance that Hattiejane was showing. That's a wonderful morning drink that many people have had that same experience of Laurie's, of finding it easier to lose weight without getting tired and feeling deprived and losing energy and getting irritable or just giving it up. People are successful because it's really nourishing the body and the mind, so that you don't crave those sweets and fried foods and whatever that put the weight on. So
you know, the other thing, Randy, is
yes.
that the sleep system. What I didn't realize, and I had lost and gained lots of weight over my lifetime, I did not realize that in order to lose weight and lose it in a healthy way, to keep it off, you need to have sleep, and you need to have very good sleep. And so that was another key in being healthy, losing weight, and staying healthy. And of course, water, that's another game changer. You know, we're supposed to drink half our ounces in water a day, in good water. And high mag water is the closest to your body's water. And it's amazing how you feel. I don't get headaches anymore. How you feel when you really are hydrated. So it's just been a change, an amazing change. And so when something so good happens to you, you want to share it. You know, you want to share it, and you want others to feel good and to be healthy and be able to spend time with their family. I didn't want to do anything with my family, and now we go for walks, and I cook, and I mean, we just spend a lot of good quality time. And so it's all kind of all those pillars working together.
Oh, so well said. Let's end on that note. Our half hour is up, and thank you. That's so important that all of these things work together. The sleep is the core of it, because that's when your body's healing itself and rebuilding all the systems, and then being hydrated, you respond better to everything good in your life, and then the nutrition and the daily support. So get with the person who invited you to see this presentation, and thank you all for sharing your wonderful stories. And we'll be on next week also, and into the new year. And so have a good one. Thank you for joining us.
Randy?
Yes.
It's Elaine. Could I share real quick?
Yes, real quick.
Real quick. I had a slight accident on Friday.
Oh.
And my back, that was my left side, Hattiejane. And from my shoulder all the way down to my foot, I was in terrible agony. I couldn't walk but bend over and on my tiptoes on my left side. And had the grounding pad that Hattiejane has at her head. I took it and I put my hands on it, and eventually I moved it to my calf muscles and my feet. And Saturday, I was with family and dinner and all kinds of things, just struggling to walk and get around. And I went home, put that on, got in my recliner with my Kenko seat, my cocoon sleeping bag, my necklace around my neck, and the grounding pad at my calf muscle and at my feet. And wow, I slept 8 hours straight through, no agony. I couldn't believe it. Sunday morning, I woke up. I didn't go out of the house at all Sunday. I just stayed wrapped up in everything and stayed warm and kept using the products. Monday, I went to a chiropractor because I knew my hip was out from what I did, and he put it back in place. By then, I was down to a 5, from a 12 to a 5, and boy, that helped too, putting it back in place. I continued with all my stuff at night. And Christmas Day, my family could not believe how I was walking. And Christmas Eve, we all went to church together, and they were amazed. And you ought to see me now. I'm bending over. It's now Thursday, and I'm bending over. I'm picking things up off the floor. My feet are flat on the ground. I'm walking normal. I feel a little tightness on my left side, but I just keep using the products and that grounding pad and just the wellness home. What technologies we have and help we have to help so many. It helped me tremendously, but my thoughts go out to so many that I know that are hurting right now. And that's what this company does, and it does it really well, is we help and share with others, and we give the gift of health to many. Thank you, Randy, for letting me share.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I didn't realize you'd had an injury recently too, but it's not unusual when things are kind of different during the holidays and we're doing a lot of strange stuff and going different places. A lot of people do have the accidents. I had a sledding accident when I was 6, and I was in a cast for 2 months on December 6th, the first snow, and it got icy, and I broke my back sledding. So I wish I'd had Nikken in those days, but the doctor, a positive doctor, thank goodness, he said, you're a kid, you'll heal fast, it'll never bother you. I crushed 2 vertebrae, but they grew back. So I know that the body is always trying to heal itself. So you need to give it what it needs, and Nikken has done that for us. It's a one-stop shop for wellness and for income opportunity as well. So do get back with the person who invited you, and hopefully we'll see you next week or plug into one of the other calls. And thank you all for sharing. Thank you, Elaine, for getting that in at the end, and because it's just amazing what these products can do, especially when you put them all together in your wellness home.